Here's a look at your top stories. Rockford's Transformers braved the winter conditions to hear from a man seasoned in what makes a city worth living in.
I think the goal, the objective of the whole thing is how to turn Rockford into a top 25 community.
I think it's important for us to understand the way people on the outside of Rockford look at Rockford.
This is to put out these lists.
Bert Sperling is the researcher and author behind many best places in the U.S. rankings. He uses factors like economy, education, and transportation to assess metropolitan areas and their quality of life. All of these factors connect to the goal of Transform Rockford. That goal is hearing ideas from the community on what needs to be fixed in order to move forward. Sperling is part of a new series called Community Learning within the Grassroots Movement. Sperling puts his stamp of approval on the Transform Rockford movement.
I've been very impressed about what I have seen as far as this Transform Rockford movement. I think you're doing things right. I haven't seen any other type of initiative like this.
Members of last night's audience also brought good questions about the public sector's involvement in the Transform.
For the first time, Rockford area leaders team up with Transform Rockford to share ideas for the future. Earlier yesterday, members of county and city government met up at the Heartland Church for a public sector luncheon. Rockford Mayor Larry Morrissey is just one of several leaders interested in working with the grassroots movement to improve the city.
I'll be talking in the coming weeks about a number of projects that we have moving forward this year where it's really important. We'll be asking Transform Rockford to help us to stay engaged, work with our community, develop goals and principles around a strategic plan, and then rely upon the community to help us achieve those goals.
Morrissey says the main goal now is to transition from the visioning sessions into a strategic plan. You'll want to keep your eyes to the sky this June because Rockford's annual Airfest is back after a one-year hiatus. 13
News reporter Lauren Reimer tells us what we can expect from the festival this summer.
So on June 7th and 8th this year, we are bringing back Rockford Airfest. We are so excited to bring this great community event to you.
This year's theme will be Let the Thunder Roll, appropriately named because the main performance will be none other than the Thunderbirds. The last time this military demonstration team was in Rockford was back in 2012.
We're very lucky. I think we're one of only 30 airports in the United States to get the Air Force Thunderbirds this year.
Organizers hope the resurrected event will draw in thousands of spectators to RFD.
We're pulling people not just from Rockford, but all the ways into Chicago, up into Wisconsin, sometimes as far away as Michigan and Minnesota.
She says they will collectively put an extra $3 million into the local economy.
It's great because there aren't many large community events going on, so to allow 100,000 people to come out over 2 days is excellent, not only for Rockford Airport to let people see where we're at, how easy it is to get here, but also for our area businesses, the hotels, rental cars.
New this year, you'll be able to purchase admission per vehicle rather than per person. Tickets are available for sale right now. American TV and Appliance is going out of business. The store on East State Street in Rockford will have a closeout sale starting Thursday. The company announced it'll close all its stores after 60 years of business. The majority of its 989 employees will stay employed throughout the closing process. If you have an extended warranty through American, it will be honored through a third-party company. Customers who are waiting for delivery will either get delivery of their products or a refund on their deposit. Another business is seeing lower numbers and could use the help or blood of donors. The Rock River Valley Blood Center and Heartland Community Church teamed up to host a blood drive. Currently, the blood center is low in all blood types and is asking you to step up.
It's pretty typical this time of year between cold and flu season, inclement weather, travel, and the fact that the need does not go away in any way. The hospitals are very busy, and weather like this is what's causing it.
There are several blood drives or locations you can donate to. Log on to the website or the screen rrvbc.org.
Rockford area doctors give us a first-hand look at healthcare in Haiti. A group from the University of Illinois College of Medicine just got back from the third world country. Physicians and medical students got hands-on experience in a maternity ward. They say major issues in Haiti's hospitals are equipment and facilities, plus high levels of poverty keep patients from paying for preventative care, so they come into clinics with advanced forms of diseases.
The last surgery I did was a lady with a pelvic mass that was literally the size of a basketball, more or less. The lady was HIV positive. But because of one reason or another, she didn't have the funds, and finally I think she presented to the hospital because of it just got too much for her.
The doctors who went on this trip hope to donate better equipment to these hospitals and teach physicians how to use it.
Millions of eyeballs are glued to the Olympics, and a lot of hype is turning out to be about eyeballs. From NBC's Bob Costas' eye infection to a new picture that's getting a lot of laughs. Your news leader, Jeannie Mose, has more.
What's wrong with this picture? It could happen to any of us.
My mom, my grandmother, my aunt would all pull something like that.
She thought her point-and-click camera was pointed at the Olympic hockey rink, where Slovenia and Russia were battling it out. But talk about an eye for photography. Instead of shooting hockey, she's looking into the lens and shooting her own eyeball.
That is sad. Not my generation.
The eyeball has now become the second most famous eye at the Sochi Olympics, second only to Olympic host Bob Costas' pink eye. He's now back at work, but he had to endure pirate jokes and comparisons to the Terminator. His eye infection even inspired a flip book. Eye candy, he ain't. Since it started out in his left eye, of course that eye had to have its own Twitter account. Naturally, with the Twitter handle @CostasLeftEye. And since it spread to both eyes had to tweet. Tweets like, "These Bob Costas jokes are getting cornea and cornea." Well, now the same goes for the eyeball shot captured by Russian TV at the hockey game. But who hasn't taken an accidental selfie?
I was trying to take a video for my sister and it ended up being one of me.
How'd you look?
Good, at least.
Not always the case, says this Russian woman.
I do it sometimes when I get a little buzzed and I'm not taking pictures and I'm like, did I just take a picture of myself? God, that's look ugly.
But hey, you don't always end up at the right end, and it's easy to miss the moment. This purports to be a photo of a dad attempting to capture his daughter being proposed to, only to come face to face with his own face. In the age of the selfie, it's all about me, me, me. Or in the case of the accidental selfie, I.
Oh, now we're gonna have the reverse picture the same as on the photo.
Jeannie Mose, CNN. So cheese. That's like Sochi with cheese. New York.
We need to take a selfie.
We take enough selfies around here, let me tell you.
We do, but it's so easy to do that, especially, I have to admit, my mom could probably be that person with the camera backwards. I'm always like, Mom, zoom. Wait, where's the zoom button? I can't see.
And I think that's the funny thing is it's not a little cell phone camera where you can accidentally, she like pressed the wrong end of the camera into her eye. That's what was amazing about that.
Oh, I hope the flash didn't go off. Gosh, you probably blinded
yourself.
yourself.
Oh, boy.
Oh, great.